The breaking news that everybody seems to be talking about today. Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho are set to go one-on-one at Wrestle Kingdom 12, and I have all the news regarding this late-breaking situation right here on Off the Script. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel this afternoon. This is, of course, episode 194, part number 3 of the number 1 professional wrestling podcast right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. This is Off the Script, and I have all the news and information regarding Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega, plus so much more today on part 3 of Off the Script right here for you, November 5th. 2017. Thank you guys so much, as always, for the love and support on Off the Script. Off the Script was fucked yesterday, simply because I uploaded a thumbnail, and there was a female on the thumbnail, and YouTube doesn't approve of females on the thumbnail. So if you guys missed Off the Script, or if you didn't get notified, which more than likely you did not, you guys can go check that out on the channel right now. That is the thumbnail for yesterday's video. You'll see it right on the channel. Real reason why Emma was released from the WWE. That was part 2 of episode 194 this weekend. Also, if you guys missed part 1, we talk about Brock Lesnar and Jinder Mahal. This one was monetized for the duration. Nothing happened to this video coincidentally because there's a male on the thumbnail. As you guys see there, it's the failure known as Jinder Mahal. Lesnar and Mahal canceled for Survivor Series. We don't know, man. I got news on that today. Seems to be the plan is still on because WWE has all but confirmed that there will be a special guest referee for Lesnar versus Mahal at the Survivor Series, which again begs the question, why is AJ Styles receiving a WWE Championship match on Tuesday in Manchester, England, 2 weeks before the Survivor Series, if it ultimately will mean nothing? So, more than likely, there will be a fuck finish for AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal at SmackDown Live this coming Tuesday. So, we'll talk about all that late-breaking news and information right here on Off the Script. Not only with Jericho and Omega, but with Jinder and Brock Lesnar at the Survivor Series. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206 and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. We are on our way to 85,000 subscribers. So make sure you guys go and do that for me. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. There will be Patreon shout-outs at the end of this show. There will be subscriber stories at the end of this show. But the more important thing is we got news and a lot of it to go over today. The news is being brought to you by Barber Shop Window. If you guys want to go get your t-shirts, barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. And as you guys see there are 10 different designs to choose from. The original Get Off My TV is one of my favorite designs out of all 10, man, with the Big Show. Then obviously you got version 2, version 3 with Roman Reigns, version 4 with Eva Marie, version 5 with Dana Brooke, who I'm surprised has not been given her future endeavor slip. Then you got the Get Off My TV hit list featuring Stephanie McMahon and Charlotte. Then you got version 2.5 with Jinder Mahal, Enzo Amore, Bailey, and Titus O'Neil. And then the ever-popular JD is Negan design. There will be 2 more designs coming, hopefully before Black Friday. I'm having Connor do some more designs for you guys. So you guys have a total of 12 for the holiday season to choose from. And that sale is coming up very, very soon. It's the biggest sale on Barbershop Window and Pro Wrestling Tees and along all of their sites. This one here is barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. You guys can get your t-shirts and support the show and look good while you're doing it with some of the best designs for any podcast anywhere hitting youtube.com, man. So thank you guys so much for that as always. Let's get into the news, man. I don't want to waste any more of your time. We're going to go over this Jericho situation, man. I got all the news you guys need for this Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega bombshell that has been dropped on everybody Sunday morning. A huge match has been booked involving WWE's Chris Jericho and New Japan superstar and IWGP United States champion Kenny Omega, the two wrestling stars who are both under contract with different companies at the moment, have been in a war of words that has extended to Twitter and elsewhere. Jericho is not under contract with WWE. He is free to do whatever he wants, but I will talk about that in a second. However, the feud with each superstar seems to be headed for a clear-cut resolution in the wrestling ring, as the two will compete at New Japan Pro Wrestling's biggest event of the year. There had been speculation that Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega might compete at the Cruise of Jericho 2018, which I did inquire about, by the way, because it sounds fantastic, and the ship and the cabins look absolutely beautiful, but it is very, very pricey to be on board that ship. I would love to be, and maybe hopefully we can get me on there if I do decide to take the venture out to the Cruise of Jericho. But it appears that this match will get a much bigger stage. As Wrestling Inc. reported on Sunday morning, Kenny Omega was part of Power Struggle 2017 for New Japan Pro Wrestling just in the wee hours of Sunday morning. During the event, he defeated Beretta for the IWGP United States Championship. After a hard-fought victory, Omega received a message from a surprise challenger up on the video board. It was none other than WWE's Chris Jericho, who told Omega that only one wrestler is best in the world. From there, Jericho issued the challenge to Omega for a match. The new IWGP US Champion accepted, so it appears that the match will be on. The New Japan Pro Wrestling event, named Wrestle Kingdom 12, takes place in January, which is the same month as the WWE's Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Jericho had been rumored to be not a part of the Royal Rumble due to the fact that his band Fozzy would be on tour at the time of the Rumble. The big Wrestle Kingdom 12 event is scheduled for January 4th, 2018 at the Tokyo Dome. Only one other match is currently on the card, with the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Kazuchika Okada set to defend against Naito. While Jericho is still considered to be a part of the WWE, it appears he's been given some leeway by the company to take on Kenny Omega. I will talk about that in a second. I'm sure you guys are thirsty for my opinion on this. Jericho formerly wrestled with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Jericho debuted with New Japan Pro Wrestling back in 1997, making this a 20-year anniversary for him. Jericho has reportedly been in talks to appear at Wrestle Kingdom since August, according to Ryan Satin and Pro Wrestling Sheet, and it sounds like Y2J's upcoming cruise may have factored into his decision to venture outside of the WWE. ProWrestling.com first reported weeks ago that Jericho had been in discussions with New Japan Pro Wrestling officials, and the site claims the plan to wrestle Kenny Omega has been in place since mid-summer. Furthermore, Jericho talked about his upcoming cruise on the Killing the Town podcast with Lance Storm and Cyrus recently, and it might actually shed some light onto why he's working with New Japan and Ring of Honor. The 46-year-old Jericho explained that he's financially responsible for Jericho's Rock and Roll Rager at Sea, the cruise that he's going to be in charge of, and wanted to partner with the promotion for the wrestling side of things. Jericho admits that he did go up to Triple H. He did address this with Triple H, as he wanted to get the NXT brand to perform on the cruise, but was denied after months of talks. Chris Jericho then told Triple H that he'd still be doing the cruise without them. He also told Busted Open in March that he was unsure if he'd ever return to the WWE. Since the announcement, Jericho will be wrestling Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 12, and there has been massive speculation about Jericho possibly working in conjunction with the WWE on this deal, since he's long said that it's the only place that he'd want to work, speaking of the WWE. But all signs point to Jericho doing this on his own. This is a lot to digest, man. I think a lot of people now are in the excitement phase. They're excited about Omega and Jericho, first time ever. I'm not sure if the IWGP United States Championship will be on the line. But my opinion on this subject is this, okay? Jericho is not a part-timer in WWE, okay? It might seem like he's a part-timer, but Jericho is not a part-timer in WWE. When Jericho is back for 6 months at a time, and he does the entire round. He does Raw or SmackDown, whatever brand that he's on, and he does all the house shows in between, plus pay-per-views, and whatever appearances that the company asks of him to do. Jericho is not a part-timer. He's 46 years old, and when I think of part-timer, I think of The Undertaker, one time a year. You know, I think of Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's a part-timer. He wrestles 4 times a year. Jericho's back for 6 months at a time. He is not a part-timer, okay? Jericho is one of the elite, not only in the WWE, but in the wrestling industry. He is of elite status. Jericho in the WWE is, yes, a Hall of Famer. Yes, he's one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time. He's one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. But Chris Jericho in WWE is of the likes of a John Cena. He's of the likes of a, of a Roman Reigns. He's of that upper echelon type talent. There's no way. Now, I don't know what's going to come out about this story. I don't know what other news is going to come out about this. I could be completely wrong on this. This is just my opinion. There's no way that I sit here today and believe that Chris Jericho did not confront Vince McMahon and get the okay about this. Okay? Jericho is WWE through and through. He's not going to go wrestle for New Japan Pro Wrestling when WWE knows damn well, they might not admit it, when WWE knows damn well that New Japan is doing their best business ever in 2017. They're making waves in the wrestling industry, and they're actually making the progress to get into the United States and be that second alternative to the WWE. There's no way Chris Jericho is going to go behind WWE's back and work for someone who might not be the enemy now, but they are definitely in the rearview mirror. There's no way Chris Jericho did not get the okay from Vince McMahon to do this. Why is Chris Jericho doing this? Because Chris Jericho could do whatever the fuck he wants. He has no contract to the WWE. Chris Jericho is a free agent. Chris Jericho can do whatever he wants. He has no clauses. He's got no 90-date, no compete. He can do whatever he wants. But Jericho being on New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 12 against probably the most popular superstar that is contracted to New Japan says something else that I really don't know what anybody else is talking about. I haven't heard anybody talk about this. I haven't read anything regarding this from anybody. I've been off social media for the last week and a half because I quite frankly don't give a shit about social media right now. I want time to myself. But this is big enough that you guys blew up my Twitter today. This is big enough that you guys blew up my comment section for yesterday's Off the Script, where I had to talk about this. I was not going to leave this, just floating around out there and not talk about it. You want to know what the one thing that I thought about is when I first read this news and I realized what was going on here? The fact that I think Jericho got permission from WWE, and the fact that I think Jericho is going to be on New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 12, my first thought about this entire situation was Jericho getting the okay from Vince, Jericho working with New Japan's biggest talent, and Jericho possibly recruiting Kenny Omega for a run in the WWE in 2018. That was my first thought about this entire situation. Of all the people, Jericho, would WWE let anybody else on their roster go over to Japan and do this and wrestle Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 12? Do you think Vince McMahon would willingly let anybody on his fucking payroll go on New Japan's biggest show of the year, their WrestleMania, and willingly just wrestle Kenny Omega? Do you think Jericho disrespects Vince McMahon that much to the point where he's not going to ask him, I'm going to do this? Of course Vince McMahon knows about this. But my logic is, and my way of thinking is, Jericho got the okay, And Jericho's going to try and talk Kenny Omega into coming to the WWE in 2018. We don't know what his contract status is. We won't know what his contract status is until 2018, which I believe, I know I read somewhere that Jericho's contract is up. Not Jericho's contract. Omega's contract is up at the end of January. That's what I read. People were claiming otherwise, that Omega and the Young Bucks come as a package deal, that all three individuals, Matt, Nick, and Omega, are signed with New Japan through January 2019. I'm not sure how legit that is. The last thing that I heard and the last thing that I read was Omega signed a 1-year deal with New Japan. I don't know. It seems very, very bizarre that Jericho, a WWE superstar, which he still is. He might not be there, he might not be contracted, but that doesn't mean he didn't ask for Vince McMahon's permission to do this. A WWE superstar of the upper echelon type elite status like Chris Jericho going over to New Japan, you know, who's got connects to Japan, who's obviously got connects to everybody in the industry, is going over to Wrestle Kingdom 12, and he's not going to be doing business for WWE and trying to work internally to get Omega into the WWE. That was my first thought about this entire thing. That's my only thought on this entire thing. Everybody's jumping for joy over Jericho and Omega, the two Winnipeg boys, the two Canadians, right? Is Omega going to lose the IWGP United States Championship before Wrestle Kingdom 12? Is he going to lose the title before then? Is this match going to be for the title? You know? I don't know what's going on. All we know right now is everybody's going fucking batshit crazy over the announcement that Jericho will be fighting Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 12. Will I be watching this match? You damn well! You damn right I'm going to be watching this damn match. Of course I'm going to be ordering this. I'm going to be watching it live with everybody else because I don't have to fucking work retail anymore. So I can be up at 5 a.m. watching wrestling, you know, or across the world, across the globe, happen in my living room at 5 a.m. in the morning when Wrestle Kingdom goes live. Of course. You know, I definitely am interested to see this match. First time ever. I want to be a part of the hype. I want to be a part of the excitement. And I'm sure you guys would love my opinion on all that too. But, you know, I'm sure you guys are thinking the same thing as well. Jericho, you know, I'm going to state it again. I don't want to repeat myself, but Jericho obviously asked WWE and Vince McMahon to do this. And they would not just allow anybody to do that. So Jericho asked for NXT to perform on the cruise. He got denied. Of course not. Of course NXT's not going to be on the cruise. You think WWE, you think Vince McMahon's going to want his entire roster of NXT, you know, working with Ring of Honor guys and being on a cruise and partying it up? No, it's not really a business-like atmosphere, you know? You know, there's going to be business there, but it's going to be more play than there is business. Obviously, WWE does not play well with others. We all know that for a fact. Triple H, you know, he was probably just thinking about the company as a whole. He didn't want the company being represented in that type of atmosphere. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Is that going to be a aspect of this entire story where Jericho's going to turn his back on the WWE because he was denied NXT talent to appear on some random cruise that he's throwing for the first time ever? Of course not. You know, he should know how WWE operates. He took a chance, took a shot in the dark, and he got denied. He should know better than anybody that WWE doesn't play well with others. So Jericho and Omega is happening at Wrestle Kingdom 12. My first thought about this is Jericho is going to Japan. He's wrestling this match with Omega, and he's going to internally try and sway Kenny Omega to join the WWE in 2018. You know, there's people on social media as well who are you know, shitting on this announcement and shitting on Jericho because he tried to remain in character throughout this entire thing and throughout this entire build until the announcement was made. I actually respect that. You know, not everything has to be in character, but you know, for guys like Jericho who still love the art of true wrestling and remaining in kayfabe, you know, I appreciate that. Both Omega and Jericho had everybody fucking going, and then the announcement was made, and people are still complaining that, you know, the realism in wrestling is gone, kayfabe is dead, why are you going to such lengths to do it? You know, you're mocking the wrestling fans. Now people are saying that they're mocking the wrestling fans for these guys remaining in character and then making an announcement, just in an old school type of way. Are you fucking kidding me? Just shut your mouth and be excited about the announcement, that the fact that the match is even happening. So, that's my opinion on all that, man. I honestly do think that Jericho is going to, at least at some point, going to try and recruit Kenny Omega into the WWE, because there's no way that he just willingly did this on his own. Of course, he asked for permission from Vince McMahon, and I'm going to stick to that until news comes out that he's really doing this on his own. Pro Wrestling Sheet said at the end of their report, all signs point to Jericho doing this on his own. Jericho has more than enough respect for Vince McMahon to let him know what he's doing. Because what, you don't think Jericho's going to come back into the WWE? You don't think Jericho's going to be back on WWE television in 2018? Of course he is. Of course he is. He always comes back. He's always going to be welcome back. But he's going over there, not only to, wrestle one of the best in the world, but I believe, I really believe, it might not be true, but I believe that he's going over there to do business for the company as well, in trying to recruit Omega for the WWE. That's my opinion on Jericho and Omega being announced for Wrestle Kingdom 12. We are going to switch the tide here, and we're going to talk about Survivor Series briefly. As you guys know, we talked about Jinder Mahal and AJ Styles on part 1 of Off the Script. Make sure you guys go and check that out. Links will be in the video in the annotation. We talked about Styles and him possibly winning the WWE Championship, what this could mean for Lesnar Mahal. Will WWE feed Mahal AJ Styles and then feed Mahal Brock Lesnar going into Survivor Series and then going into the Tour of India? Is Mahal really hurt? Does the WWE have the balls to beat AJ Styles clean on SmackDown Live? We'll see what happens, man. We don't know what's going on. Did WWE realize that Mahal's a failure? It might be coming to an end. I don't know. It's 6 months too late, but nevertheless, take the title off of him. It's never too late to take the title off of him, but the damage has been done. But now, the Wrestling Observer website reported on yesterday, that the WWE has indeed decided on John Cena as the special guest referee for Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar. So what that means is more predictability coming for WrestleMania, and that's predictability not in a good way. For weeks, WWE has been just floating around the idea of a special guest referee for the Survivor Series champion versus champion match between Mahal and Lesnar. Rumors have been floating around online about this for several days. Wrestling Observer finally reported on Saturday that John Cena will indeed be the special guest referee. Presumably, their original idea was to get someone outside of the company, but that fell through because they were trying to get The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin for the role. John Cena was always seen as the most likely person to fill the role. In storyline, Cena is considered a free agent, so it's possible that they will play up again Cena calling the match down the middle, just as a free agent, right? He's not affiliated to any brand. We don't know if he will side with Raw or SmackDown. It should be noted that WWE has been teasing that Mahal could lose the title when he defends it against AJ Styles on Tuesday SmackDown Live. If that happens, then AJ will go on to face Lesnar at the pay-per-view. The news on Cena pretty much confirms the news from Meltzer as the Survivor Series poster that was leaked this week just a few days ago, which you guys can see on part 1, I believe, of Off the Script. So make sure you guys go and check that out. I don't know. It doesn't make sense if AJ Styles wins the WWE Championship and then goes on to fight Brock Lesnar and then have John Cena be the special guest referee of that match. Doesn't really make much sense. We all know the reason why Cena is getting involved is because it's going to set up a match for the WWE title at WrestleMania between Mahal and John Cena, and God knows nobody wants to fucking see that. Nobody wants to see that garbage at WrestleMania. So, if Cena is really the referee and that is announced at Survivor Series or before Survivor Series, then we pretty much know what WWE's plans are going into New Orleans. And I really, at this point, could not give a single fuck about WrestleMania. Lesnar and Reigns and then Jinder Mahal versus John Cena are your top 2 championship matches for WrestleMania. That's what you attribute to WrestleMania. I mean, you can't do no better than that. And we'll talk about that as we get closer to that, but I mean, that's just got disaster written all over it. It's got disaster written all over it. Who gives a shit? So we'll see what happens, man. It all starts with Tuesday. I'd love if AJ Styles was the WWE champion. That means we'd get at least a possibility of Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles at WrestleMania, with maybe Nakamura winning the Royal Rumble, but does the WWE have the balls to do so? Do they have the balls to beat AJ Styles on Tuesday? I don't think they're that stupid. I really don't think they're that stupid. Or will there be a fuck finish and Jinder gets one over on AJ. AJ then gets his rematch after the Tour of India is concluded and then wins the WWE Championship. Because I do believe Clash of the Champions is a SmackDown Live branded pay-per-view for December. If I'm not sure, please someone correct me in the comment section. I do believe there is one last pay-per-view for SmackDown after the Survivor Series, which is Clash of the Champions. So we might get AJ versus Mahal then. But, you know, again, if Cena is indeed the special guest referee for the Survivor Series pay-per-view, then all signs point to Mahal and Cena without AJ ever winning the WWE Championship. We still might get AJ versus Nakamura, but it's not going to be for the title. It's not going to be as important as WWE could make it to be. So we'll see what happens. Cena, right now, according to Meltzer, is 100% confirmed for the special guest referee role at the Survivor Series. Moving on back to the New Japan world. Impact Wrestling and their management team apologizes to Kazuchika Okada. Now, a couple of weeks ago in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer noted that Impact Wrestling Management has been trying to repair some of the burned bridges with companies that they've worked with in the past. Oh, now you want to repair bridges because you know that your company is absolutely failing at every twist and turn. PW Insider noted that when Scott D'Amore and Ed Nordholm visited Pro Wrestling Noah a few weeks ago, they visited one of the New Japan events while they were there in the area, and Scott D'Amore talked to the New Japan Pro Wrestling locker room. D'Amore said that Impact would love to work with New Japan. Of course they would. And he apologized personally to Kazuchika Okada for how he was used by Impact several years ago. Now, if you guys don't know, and you guys know who Kazuchika Okada is now, he is the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. He'd probably go on to be the longest reigning IWGP Heavyweight Champion of all time in that company. He is not even 30 years old yet, and he's heralded as one of the greatest in-ring performers of this generation. New Japan Pro Wrestling soured on TNA Impact years ago, and one of the main reasons was because of the way that Okada was used. Basically, he was used as Samoa Joe's lackey. Can you imagine Okada being a lackey for someone in TNA? And he was primarily used on their TNA Explosion B show. Towards the end of his run in TNA, he was renamed Okato, a character based off Kato from the Green Hornet series. Okada became the Rainmaker after his TNA run, and he's turned into one of the best pro wrestlers, if not the best pro wrestler in the entire world. New Japan is very aware of how badly Impact wants to work with them, but they are focused on their relationship right now with Ring of Honor. Yeah, you could accept the apology, but, you know, that's all it's going to do. You know, it's just going to be, you know, okay, yeah, you're sorry, and we accept your apology, and have a nice day. It's not going to go further than that, you know. I don't even want to talk about this. I just find it to be, you know, embarrassing that New Japan, A, treated Okada the way they did when he was there, B, now Impact is realizing how fucked up they were, and C, what does New Japan have to gain at all from working with Impact? Impact is a dead brand. Ring of Honor is doing their best business ever in 2017. Why the fuck would they even want to associate with Impact Wrestling? What does New Japan have to gain from a relationship with Impact Wrestling? Impact has sullied itself. Impact has embarrassed itself all year through all these misfires and management changes and the way that they've publicly come off and treated talent. You know, with Dixie leaving and then Billy Corgan and this whole Jeff Jarrett situation, Global Force Wrestling, and that deal not being done and them getting, you know, to use the name and changing all their titles out and the name of their show, and then the deal wasn't done, and then Jarrett got admitted into rehab, and now they went back on the Global Force name, and now they're just Impact Wrestling. It's a mess. Why would New Japan want to associate with people who don't know what the fuck they are doing? They have absolutely nothing to gain. You can apologize 10 times over. Fantastic. We accept your apology. That doesn't mean we're going to work with you. We got something going with Ring of Honor. We're going to concentrate on that. We find absolutely nothing to gain from working with Impact Wrestling. Have a nice day. Simple as that. Impact is dead. I don't know how many of you are going to be watching Bound for Glory tonight. Is it tonight? I believe it's tonight. But at this point, who in the wrestling industry, who in the wrestling world even knows there's a Bound for Glory tonight? Who even gives a shit about a Bound for Glory? They're bound for fucking bankruptcy. Bound for failure. Nobody gives a shit about Impact Wrestling. I don't know who would want to go work for them. I don't know who would want to watch them on a weekly basis. I'd rather fucking watch 6 hours of Raw every week than watch fucking Impact Wrestling. Impact is a failure. I mentioned this months ago. If I was to get a position with either Ring of Honor or Impact Wrestling, you damn well know I'm taking that Ring of Honor position. Nobody should want to work for Impact Wrestling. They are a bunch of clueless idiots who have nothing but a bad stigma in this industry. You know? And they're releasing guys left and right. You know, I don't know what the fuck's going on there. It's just a no-win situation for New Japan. And just keep it at that. You know? I don't believe that they treated Okada the way that they did. Just based on that fact alone. I don't know why anybody would want to go there. Speaking of Impact, James Storm could be leaving Impact. He could be returning to the WWE. The next person in a long list of departures from Impact Wrestling could be James Storm. It's no secret that Storm's deal expires in January, and Impact will tape TV next week that will cover them through the rest of the year. So he could be done next week. The door is open for him to return to the WWE, and many might remember that he was used in NXT late in 2015. He wasn't under contract, but there was a deal on the table for him. Instead, he opted to go back to Impact Wrestling for family issues. He returned to Impact in January 2016. At the time, he told the Sporting News that Triple H was open to talking with him again in a couple of years. Storm said, and I quote, "Hunter straight up told me, go get your life together. This is my number. Maybe in 2 years, we can do business again," end quote. If Storm leaves, he would be the latest in a long line of wrestlers that have left the company this year, including Davey Richards, Madison Rayne, Al Snow, Reno Scum, Mia Yim, Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis, Mad Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Rabbi Hardy, The Pope, Taryn Terrell, Rockstar Spud, which I'll talk about in a second, Crazy Steve, Drew Galloway, Jesse Gooders, Aaron Rex, Jeff Jarrett, Eddie Kingston, Matt Morgan, Tyrus Low-Key, Aiden O'Shea, Marty Bell, Davey Richards, Cody Rhodes, Robbie E., Magnus, and Brian Hebner. You can add Earl Hebner to that list. That is a fucking laundry list of some top-tier talent. My God. And then you guys want me to speak highly on Impact. Or you guys, people in the industry, you want to go work for Impact. Give me a break. Nobody wants to go work for Impact. Impact is just a shitty place to go work. Even Magnus did a Q&A. I seen his Twitter. He did a Q&A late night. I seen it the next morning. Someone asked him what he thinks of the current state of TNA wrestling. He says it's sad. It's not the same place that it used to be when I was there. It's just a sad state of affairs over there. It's a sinking ship. Nobody wants to go there, you know? And the more talent that's coming out to say that publicly, who the fuck's gonna want to go there? Nobody. James Storm, could he have an impact in WWE? I don't know. You know? Would he end up in NXT? Probably. I'd like to see what he could do in NXT. Give him a small run. I don't think he's going to do anything of impact, quote unquote, in NXT. Might end up working for the Performance Center. Might end up being a trainer at the PC. I don't know. But I don't think James Storm is going to have anything to give WWE after his initial run here with Impact Wrestling. You know? He might end up in WWE, but they might not use him for anything on television. He just might find a agent gig or a trainer gig at the PC. Either way, you know, life after wrestling. Life after your in-ring wrestling career. And that's what WWE's going to be there for, man. They could always use the veteran status at the PC. And that's where I think James Storm is going to end up. Speaking of Rockstar Spud, he could be on his way to the WWE, as if this excites anybody. I mean, raise your hand. There'll probably be nobody that this excites. Who the fuck is Rockstar Spud, man? Garbage. As we noted on Monday, Rockstar Spud is the latest name to leave Impact Wrestling. Or not Monday, the report on Monday that I took from one of the dirt sheets, but the Impact News article that I just read had Rockstar Spud in the latest name on their departure list. He is the latest in a long list of people that have left the company this year, so it is speculated that his departure could have been budget-related. However, Spud asked for his release, and it looks like his next step is pretty much figured out. PW Insider reported on Tuesday that WWE is looking to sign him with the idea that he could be added to the 205 Live roster. Spud got his start in the wrestling business in Birmingham, England in 2001. In 2002, he appeared on TNA Wrestling's British Boot Camp series that aired on Challenge in the UK. He won the competition and was eventually signed to a contract and has been someone that the company could always rely on for any type of segment, serious, comedy, etc. And he can go in the ring. Spud had not been used much this year since Anthem took over. He would be a great addition to the 205 Live roster, according to sources, so this is a good move by WWE. Will it get me to watch 205 Live? No. He'll fall right into that comedy role on 205 Live, and I couldn't give a single fuck about Rockstar Spud coming to the WWE. Some of you might be excited about it. Some of you might like his stuff over from TNA. I don't give a shit about Rockstar Spud coming to 205 Live. In fact, 205 Live to me doesn't even exist because I just don't care. I just don't care. Until WWE starts getting serious with the cruiserweights, I am just not going to care. Changes need to be made, and I can't invest my time in something that is and has been dead for months on WWE Network. Speaking of 205 Live, Hideo Itami could be moving to 205 Live. Yeah, if you want him to be the next individual to walk out of the company, if you want him to be the next guy to go back to where he was originally employed, yeah, put him on 205 Live. There seems to be a renewed focus on the Cruiserweight division in recent weeks since Neville's departure, if you want to call it that. Love him or hate him, the reason why Enzo is being featured so much is because he has the ability to get fans to hate him, and the hope is that his star power can rub off on some of the other wrestlers in the division. There are more names expected to be added to the Cruiserweight division and 205 Live, and one of them is Hideo Itami. He has been discussed several times to be a part of the division as of last week. There is no debut date set for him, but it should happen once creative has a plan in place. So I assume that we haven't seen him much on WWE television for NXT, and that could be the sign that he's moving to 205 Live. That should also end any rumors about him wanting to leave WWE so he can move back to Japan. Itami has been under contract with the WWE since 2014. The Cruiserweight division's a joke. When I look at Hideo Itami, I see seriousness, you know? That's the type of guy I want on the Cruiserweight division, you know? I don't want him to just be there and just be stuck on 205 Live. I want to see Hideo Itami kind of wrestle a Seth Rollins. I want to see a Hideo Itami wrestle a Samoa Joe and guys like that. Why are you taking top-tier talent? Why are you taking guys that can go in the ring and you're limiting them to fucking a division led by Enzo Amore? Do you want to have your top guys that you're breeding in NXT to walk out? What's going to happen with everybody else that's down there? What are you going to do with Johnny Gargano when he's ready to be moved up? You're going to put him on 205 Live? Because I see much more than 205 Live for Johnny Gargano. What are you going to do with Lio Rush? You're going to put him on 205 Live? What are you going to do with Ricochet when he comes into NXT and he's ready to graduate to the WWE main roster? You're going to put him on 205 Live? What are you going to do with Aleister Black when he's ready to move up to the main roster? You're going to put him on 205 Live? If you want 205 Live in the Cruiserweight division to be taken seriously, then make the steps to make it a serious division. Get rid of the weight limit. I don't give a shit if the show is named after the weight limit or not. If you're going to be putting guys like that in your Cruiserweight division, then you should give them the opportunity to wrestle everybody else on the Raw roster, being that the Cruiserweights are on Monday Night Raw. No excuses. No excuses. That's what I want. That's what would be best. The Cruiserweights have been handcuffed ever since they debuted on Monday Night Raw. We don't need this anymore. It's killing the division. You had Austin Aries walk out, one of the best wrestlers in the world. You had Neville walk out, one of the best wrestlers in the world. Why? Because you are handcuffing them and saying, well, this is what you're good for, and we don't see anything more than 205 Live and this show on the WWE Network. You're never going to see Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. If that's, that's a terrible way to look at it if you're a WWE superstar. It's like when you take a job, right? Do you want to take a position where you're going to be stuck at making minimum wage with no room for improvement, with no room for advancement? Or do you want to take the position that is going to give you opportunity for advancement and they're going to move you up? Why would anybody be okay with just limiting themselves to 205 Live with absolutely no room for advancement? So you mean to tell me Hideo Itami was in NXT all these years? You mean to tell me Hideo Itami struggled through rehab and getting right and being out for a year and a half to end up on 205 Live? You mean to tell me this guy doesn't have aspirations and dreams of being in a WrestleMania and fighting for one of the WWE's biggest titles? Yeah, the Cruiserweight title, held by a joke in Enzo Amore, on a show that's a fucking failure in 205 Live. Yeah, some real room for advancement there for Hideo Itami. Garbage. I don't like it. I think Hideo Itami, you give him 6 months, he'll be out of the WWE, and he'll be following that same path paved by Neville, and he'll find his way back to Japan. Guarantee it. You're going to put someone like Hideo Itami in the Cruiserweight division, I give him 6 months. He's not going to last. Gone. Moving on here, man. We got more news on... Let me see what I got here. Bret Hart, Ric Flair, and Mick Foley being advertised for Raw 25th anniversary celebration. There is local advertising. If you guys were lucky to get tickets, I was not. And I'm not paying that much money to sit at fucking Monday Night Raw, no matter what type of anniversary it is. Advertising in New York City promoting Friday, this past Friday, which is sold out. Their on-sale date was Friday for the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw. As previously noted, the show will take place at the Barclays Center and the Manhattan Center. That is the venue above the Hammerstein Ballroom. So that is the original home, if you guys know, for the early years of Monday Night Raw, which it debuted in 1993. On local advertising in New York City, they listed Bret Hart, Ric Flair, and Mick Foley. Hart was the centerpiece of the company from the early years of Raw through 1997. Flair left the company at the end of January 1993 after losing to Mr. Perfect in a loser leaves WWF match. That was also, I believe, no, that was not Bobby Heenan's last Raw. Bobby Heenan's last Raw, I believe, was towards the end of 1993, in the winter of 1993, when he left for WCW. Because I remember, I was just got finished watching the 1993 Royal Rumble, and that year was a very entertaining year for WWE. Heenan was on top of his game commentary-wise all the way up until the Survivor Series that year. Just great stuff until he left the WWE and went to WCW. He returned, Ric Flair, in 2001, and was regularly featured on the show until his retirement in 2008. Foley was one of the main reasons for the WWE's boom period in the late 90s and was featured in some of the highest-rated segments in the history of the show. Previously announced for the show, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, plus more to be announced. Stone Cold and The Rock are also rumored to be there. They also announced the superstars from SmackDown Live will be there, and this will be an all-hands-on-deck show. It will be interesting to see if they call Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was a part of Raw during the first few months before leaving for WCW. Should be a very newsworthy night. Someone was saying that Raw might be closer to 5 hours, 6 hours on that night. My God, I can't even imagine reviewing a 6-hour Raw on that night, January 22nd. Please shoot me now. Please shoot me now, or inject me, IV me with fucking the strongest Starbucks coffee known to man. Please. I got updates on CM Punk coming back for the UFC. CM Punk news, potential second UFC fight on the horizon. If you guys are interested in CM Punk, following a post by MMA Junkie, more information is known about the status of CM Punk and if he's continuing his UFC career. Punk made his debut in September of 2016 at UFC 2003, where he lost his first match to unbeaten prospect Mickey Gall, who was, prior to this match, 3-0 in MMA and 3-0 in UFC. At that time, Punk was out of his element, only managing to seemingly hit one punch before being taken down, pounded and submitted within a few minutes. I remember I was with my buddy Sean, and it was over before we could even breathe. So that was the night there. That said, Punk appears to be driven to continue as he's been training at Rufus Sport in Milwaukee in the majority of nearly 14 months since his loss. Recently, on the UFC Unfiltered podcast involving Jim Norton and former UFC welterweight champion Matt Serra, Duke Rufus, who coaches Punk, had the following to say, and I quote, "Dana White and the matchmakers had their weekly matchmaking meeting this week, and some news will be coming our way soon. I just think that the first time you step in the octagon, there's something special you got to deal with getting in there. For Punk, this sounds really weird, but now he knows what a beating feels like. A real beating," end quote. Rufus continued by saying that the fact that Punk's debut was majorly one-sided in the favor of Gall, it will only serve him to drive him. He will flourish moving forward. There was much room for improvement after the lackluster performance Punk gave at UFC 203. It is thought that Punk now knows what it feels like to share the octagon with someone who will try to hurt him as opposed to simulating a fight in the training room. Rufus didn't mention a date, location, or time for a potential UFC opponent, though he did say when it does happen, fans will see a far superior version of CM Punk that stepped into the octagon just over a year ago. Some say with Punk recently turning 39 years old and having a body worn down by his career in wrestling that he may have trouble continuing on with MMA. Finally, Rufus did continue to comment on Punk, saying the following, and I quote, "I think a loss like Punk's at 203 will help a lot of fighters to the point of haunting them. Like, no, I don't want to feel this way ever again. It's not the physical. It's that these guys are tough. It's the mental anguish. You don't want to feel that depressing, embarrassing feeling of getting beat up in front of God and everybody. It's not fun. It's been great motivation for Punk," end quote. Listen, I hope Punk at least gets that one win under his belt. I really do, man. He's 39 years old. I don't expect a lot from CM Punk. He's doing this because he wants to. He's doing this because he wants to push himself. He wants to push his limits. That you have to respect, because it's not easy for anybody to not only go through the training, but then get into the octagon with somebody who's obviously at any time going to be more, qualified than you doing this type of thing. So the fact that he's got balls of steel to get in there and get punched in the fucking face, you got to respect Punk a lot, that he took a beating, he owned up to it, he was gracious enough, he went back and trained for 14 months, and he's looking for another fight. You got to respect the guy, whether you love him or hate him. You got to respect it, because nobody's watching me is going to do what he did. Nobody that's watching me is going to do what he did after that and train for 14 months, trying to get back and redeem himself for 14 months. That's a long time, man. That's a lot of determination. That's a lot of passion for what he's doing. You got to give it to Punk, man. Whenever he fights, I will be watching him and I will be cheering him on, because I am a big CM Punk advocate. Finally, guys, we're going to end with this one. I hope this doesn't come true, because it just doesn't make any sense to me. And this just goes to show you that WWE is looking to kill off anything that's good and anything that's popular, anything that they don't control. Over the past few months, Rusev has been getting babyface reactions at the live events. Some of that comes from the fact that he's been great at everything creative has given him. Also, there's a large chunk of the fan base of the fan base that follows him on social media, and quite frankly, his Twitter and Instagram accounts are great, which makes it harder to dislike him. At Monday's SmackDown live show, Rusev took on Ty Dillinger, and something interesting happened during the match. According to the fans in attendance, Rusev played the babyface role, and Dillinger played the heel for several minutes. WWE's been known to try things out at live events before going forward with them on television, and it seems like they were testing a potential babyface turn for Rusev and a heel turn for Ty Dillinger. They've done a lot with Rusev as a heel, and it makes sense to turn him now. Fans want to cheer him because it's not hard to not like the guy. Dillinger's 10 chants are over, but WWE might want to kill those chants off. If not, then they will have the same issue that they had with the What chants. The What chants caught on because Steve Austin in the late 2001 era, did it, and fans later used it to try and disrupt wrestler promos, so I can see why they would want to turn Dillinger heel. Doesn't matter if you turn Dillinger heel, he's going to still do the perfect 10. That's his gimmick, the perfect fucking 10. For Dillinger, this might not be a good thing because the chants are the primary reason why he is over. You turn Dillinger heel, you kill his concept, you kill his character. Is that what you want to do? The guy got over finally after being in WWE for 10 years. He finally got something that works. It's stuck. He's stuck with it. They brought him to the main roster because he's been down there. He's been a workhorse. He got himself over. That's the reason they brought him to the main roster. Now they want to kill the reason that he got popular in the first place. And they want to kill someone who is over with the audience on his own. He got over on his own. WWE doesn't like it, and WWE looking to seemingly kill the character that is the perfect 10 Ty Dillinger. Listen, Rusev can be a babyface. Babyfaces don't exist. Heels don't exist anymore, It's who you want to cheer for and who you want to boo. People are going to respect Rusev, and people are going to cheer Rusev because A, he's entertaining, and people want to be entertained. B, he's funny. People love to laugh. C, people realize that Rusev is talented at what he does, and they want to see more of him. And the fact that people know that he's not getting pushed, people are going to want to see him more. And that in turn is going to get people to side with him. You know? So what does that mean? They're going to kill off Rusev because they want to push him as a heel, and people are wanting to see Rusev, he's getting over just by being himself? Fuck being yourself, you know? Ty Dillinger as a heel will never work. To me, I see Ty Dillinger as an underdog babyface type guy who they haven't really done any favors for. They haven't pushed him outside of this little thing they had going on with AJ Styles in the United States Championship, you know? But where is he now? He's fucking in Fashion Files with Breezango and Fandango. You know, that's the best you got for Ty Dillinger. He went from doing Sonic smoothies to a U.S. Championship title match, then to Fashion Files and cracking jokes and dressing in drag with Fandango and Tyler Breeze. I mean, the guy can't win. No, but then he's happy to be on television. He's happy to get television time, though, right? You know? You ask Tyler Dillinger if he's happy or not. More than likely, the answer is no. No. Everybody's disappointed with their status on WWE. Unless you're one of the bigger guys with a lot of pull. They're not treating these guys with promise. They're not taking care of these guys with opportunities. They want to kill Ty Dillinger off because he's over with the crowd. If I had someone like Ty Dillinger walk into my promotion, I'm going to embrace the fact that people love this guy. And they want to chant along with him. I'd push this guy to the fucking, not near the top of the card. I'd give him a chance, though. Give the guy a fucking chance to do what he's got to do on the main roster. He hasn't even been given that. You know? Decent enough wrestler, and he's over with the character. I see him as an underdog babyface. And at this point, Ty Dillinger, to me, lost cause on SmackDown Live. I don't think it'll work turning him heel. Rusev, on the other hand, you know, people are going to want to get behind him because he is entertaining, and the fans aren't stupid. The fans know he's not been given an ample opportunity to show what he can really do, and they want to see what he could really do. They want other people to believe in. And if WWE doesn't give them an opportunity to believe in other characters, then they will revolt. It happened before, and I'm sure it'll happen again, this time with Rusev. Rusev is entertaining enough where they should be pushing him on television. So shame on WWE. Dillinger ain't going to work as a heel. And that's pretty much all I got for Off the Script on this. Am I recording? Yes, I am. I looked and I'm like, oh shit, I haven't hit the record button, but I'm 53 minutes in. So thank God. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for a great week and a lot of news to cover this week. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Make sure you guys are subscribed down below. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Please make sure to check out the sponsors, man. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Get your t-shirts. Really great way to support the show. Audibletrial.com/offthescript. 30 days free. That's 1 month free of Audible with 1 free audiobook. All you have to do is sign up. If you are a new listener and have not signed up yet, you're going to get something for free just for listening to Off the Script. And then Patreon.com. Great way to support the show on a monthly basis. Patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. Thank you guys so very much. Coming up after the break, we're going to do some Patreon shout-outs, and we're going to run through a few subscriber stories to end your weekend right here on Off the Script.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Broken Man Hardy. This is JD from New York. Actually, delete to JD from New York. I have cleaned this vessel. Make sure to check out his wonderful show, Off the Script. It's absolutely delightful.
I gotta thank all my Patreon peeps, man. You guys keep me afloat when YouTube wants to screw me over like they did yesterday by demonetizing random videos for females in their thumbnails. Like we talked about with Emma and the real reason why she was released from the WWE on Off the Script yesterday for part number 2 of episode 194. Shoutouts go to Shellshay pledging $5. We have Derek D. Damos pledging $5. We have Tommy Pittman pledging $5. We have Lewis Ricks raising his pledge from $1 to $5. Lewis, what is up, brother? We got Matthew Gross pledging $3. We got Clarence Patrick pledging $5. We got CM from Buckeye, 58. He's pledging $1. We got DJK367. He's pledging $3. And if I can get to this month, I will let you guys know what's going on for this month. That was the month of October. We started off November pretty strong as well. If Patreon wants to load for me, here we go. Patreons for the month of November. We have, let's see here, Chris Ayala pledging $5. We got Hamad pledging $5. We got Clifton Mellinson pledging $5. We got Mark Anthony Coyne raising his pledge from $5 to $6. We got Brett L raising his pledge from $3 to $20. Brett, what is up, brother? Thank you so much. We got Johnny Good pledging $1. We got Michael Mazan pledging $1. And then we got, I think that was the last one. Johnny Good was $1, and Michael Mazan pledging $5. So thank you guys so much for all of that. All the Patreons, you guys are fucking beasts. Shout outs every Sunday right here on Off the Script. If you guys want to get on board with the Patreon family, patreon.com/JDFROMNY 206 is the way to do that. Subscriber stories, man. I got quite a few I want to go over today. We are going to start off by saying, if you guys want to write me something, anything that your heart desires, man, JDFROMNY206 at yahoo.com. You guys can send me subscriber stories if you want to tell me I'm a goon. If you guys want to tell me how you love my Kevin Dunn impressions and my Bray Wyatt impression. If you guys want to tell me how Off the Script has got you through some tough times. As always, anything, man. You guys want to tell me what's going on in your life, whatever it might be, man, you guys can email me, JDFROMNY206. Please tell me what your name is and where you are writing from, as always. We got one here from Angel, and he is 16 years old. Hi, my name is Angel, and I'm 16 years old. I've been through a lot this year, and this year sucked for the most part. My grandfather recently passed away on February 28th, 2017, the day of my cousin's birthday and my mom's twin sister's wedding anniversary. I am sorry to hear that, my friend. I know how it is to lose a grandfather. My grandfather's been dead for 3 years now and counting. Before that, in January, a girl who I gave all my heart to and meant the world to me completely turned her back on me and basically gave me the finger. And when trying to still be friends with her, she said she wanted nothing to do with me. Then in April, my best friend and brother since kindergarten stabbed me in the back, told me to go F myself, and that he never considered me his brother, just someone he tolerated. Then in July, I got injured, but we will get into that a little later. Most recently, there was a girl I liked named Gray. She liked me, so we were just taking things slow, but she wanted to move really fast, and I didn't like that. I was uncomfortable. So I told her we should just be friends as politely as I can. 2 days later, I woke up literally 1 minute before she texted me that she was about to commit suicide, overdosing, and she already took 100 to 200 pills. So after an hour of speaking with her and calling 911, she was able to get saved. When people say God isn't real, I tell them that story because I woke up at 6:43 a.m. on Saturday and helped save her. Literally, if she texted me 1 minute later, I would have woken up and she would have been dead. Then she proceeded to play mind games with me and F me up mentally. I'm still recovering. But through all that, there were 3 things that kept me going. God, good old JD, and wrestling. I've been a pro wrestling fan since January. Doesn't say when, but since January. And honestly, it is everything I love to do, and I want to pursue it as a career. Already a peer and a friend of mine is being called up to New Japan to train as a young lion, then wrestle for them. I've been doing pro wrestling since January. So he's been pro wrestling. I'm sorry, Angel. You've been doing pro wrestling since January, and you know a peer and a friend of yours who's being called to New Japan to train as a young lion. I misread that. I apologize. So look out for Quinn Whitlock. He honestly has it. Wrestling was probably the only thing keeping me sane, and my passion for it is big. In March, I was doing a drill and had to take 9 different suplexes. On my 3rd one, I dislocated my arm, but I didn't say anything. I just got back up and relocated it myself and then took 6 more suplexes and finished another hour of training. But in May, I took a suplex wrong and landed on my ankle. I didn't get it treated, so I wrestled for another 2 months and it got worse, and then I was out all of July. And in that time, even before this year, you have always been there inspiring me and motivating me, and I could never thank you more. I swear to you, if I ever make it, I will remember you and everything and do everything I can to make you more successful because you deserve it. My name is Angel Escalera, a.k.a. Israel Angels, ring name, and I hope you read this and respond. Thank you very much. Angel, well, it's a lot to get through, man. It's a lot to get through. That was a roller coaster of a subscriber story. If I might say, I'm glad that you are pursuing your dream. You know, I took a chance on myself this year, and I explained that to a lot of people. I was deathly afraid of taking a chance on myself this year and just quitting retail and my comfy, 9 to 4, 9 to 5 job, making fucking bullshit pay and dealing with people I hated every day, to come home and work from home every day and do this and run my business at home. I took a chance on myself, and I had the control, I quit. I wasn't fired. I quit. I stayed at home and followed my passion, which is professional wrestling, followed my dream, which is working in wrestling. And here I am today, and I'm very happy with what I did, and I'm very happy with, with everything that's happened to me, and I'm very excited for what the future holds as far as my career goes. You're doing the same thing, man. I wish you luck, training to be a professional wrestler. And you cite me as an influence. That means more to me than anything, man. I'm going to be here, continue to be here every week. I'm going to continue to do the podcast every week. If you find any motivation in what I do here on Off the Script, I thank you 1,000 times over, and I wish you luck in training to be a professional wrestler, man. But next time you take a suplex and you sprain your ankle or you hurt your ankle, don't wrestle on it. Make sure you get that checked out, because the longer that you put off an injury because you want to train and you want to get ahead fast enough, you're not going to be able to get ahead with a bum ankle. You're not going to be able to get ahead with a dislocated shoulder. I hope you got that all checked out and you're good to go now. But if you are, doing something like that and training, the possibility of injury is going to be there. Don't neglect the injury. Take care of the injury and then get back on the horse and continue doing what you love to do, man. So that's all I can say about that. I appreciate you writing into me, and I appreciate you looking to me and the podcast for inspiration. And I wish you luck, man. Keep me up to date. I always love hearing the stories where people come to me and tell me that they're training to be a professional wrestler, or they have an aspiration of going to wrestling school. Let me know, man. I could be calling your match one day. I could be reporting a news article on you right here on Off the Script. I'd love to know who you guys are. So please keep me up to date on everything that you guys do if you are indeed going to get into the business. Got a follow-up here from Jonathan and Lori Jenkins. If you guys know Jonathan and Lori, they named their daughter as the same initials as me, Jordan Dallas. That was on a couple of weeks ago. I read that on Off the Script. Jonathan writes to me in a follow-up on November 2nd. Morning, bro. You said for us to follow up with you on the twins, so here's the latest. On 11/17/17, Lori will be admitted to the hospital in Gainesville, Florida for observation. And on the 19th of November, Jordan Dallas and Cody Michael are going to be born. I passed you my number, so like I said, and like Lori said, you're always welcome to call and speak to either of us. Jonathan, thank you so much, brother. Keep me up to date on the birth of both kids. Let me know how everything goes, and I wish Lori the best on the 17th, man. So keep me up to date and let me know if the kids come out happy and healthy, man. So let me know on that. Thank you so much for the follow-up. As always, if you guys write me, you can always follow up on whatever you guys are discussing with me and writing to me. I always enjoy the follow-ups, man. The follow-ups sometimes are better than the initial stories. We got one here from Benjamin Gonzalez. What's up, JD? First off, I want to say thanks for what you do, man. I was at work for a few months back looking up wrestling news on YouTube, and I stumbled across your page. I've been hooked ever since. Thank you so much, Benjamin. The truth that you speak and emotion you share on all things WWE is incredible. So with that said, I'm sending you this email in hopes that you could share it and address it, and that I can send you a care package from PNW, Pac Northwest. I see that you are a fellow beer connoisseur, and we have a great selection from breweries right here in Oregon. This also includes a different type of brew. You guessed it, coffee. So when you have the time and want to share that info, I'll gather some goods and send it your way. Hope all is well when you read this. Take care, Ben. Well, I will be reaching out to you, Ben. I will be reaching out to you, man, because coffee is my middle name, and I always enjoy a good brew. And if you guys are inclined, or if you guys have a feeling of sending me brews, I will definitely follow you up and take you up on your offer, man. Benjamin, thank you so much for being a fan of the podcast, and I hope you continue to be here and support Off the Script. We got one here from Christian Lares. Dear JD, my name is Christian, and you may or may not remember me. And if you don't, it's okay. I don't blame you since you get a lot of sub-stories. But let me keep you up to date lately, since the last time I wrote you. I am in a new relationship, and we're a couple of months in. First of all, I get so many, I don't remember. So you're going to have to fill me in, bro, on what's going on. I'm in a new relationship. We're a couple of months in, and we saw each other in person early last month in October. During the week, I stayed with her. I looked for a new job, stayed with her for a couple of weeks, and left in late October. But the reason I'm writing you is that I've been feeling down for a couple of months. I'm losing interest in everything, especially in wrestling, since the way things are going. And even on my favorite anime show, I'm losing interest. I'm still fighting my demons, but at least I'm not alone in this fight. And if you have any advice, I'd love to hear it. I've recently caught up with everything that is off the script. Christian, I know how it is to lose interest in things, man. You know, I've been up and down myself, mainly this fall. I've been up and down mainly all year. You know, I know what it is to lose interest in, you know, not wanting to game. I've even lost interest at some points, and you know, I've had to pull myself through to even record this podcast. Not this one in particular, but you know, for the last couple of weeks. Yeah, it's been very difficult to sit here and even, you know, find passion within me to talk about WWE. I know the product is garbage right now, and that in itself is very difficult to deal with. But I know how you're feeling, man. I'm losing interest, or I have lost interest, and it's an up and down feeling, roller coaster feeling in video games and you know, hanging out. I've lost interest in finding new beers for the fall season, which I love to do every year. You know, I've lost interest in, you know, sometimes even eating my favorite foods. You know, nothing really interests me, man. Not really a way to live, but you said that you're not alone, and that's the right step, man. You've been with her for a couple of months. Things are going well. Find solace in her, man. If she cares about you, she's going to help you. She's going to help you look for a job. She's going to get you and try to help you back on your feet. She's going to be that positive ray of sunshine that your life needs right now. And when that comes, she is going to make you feel a certain way where you are going to feel powerful. And things are just going to feel right, you know? If you guys really care about each other and things are going well, you know, you will notice a difference in your attitude, man. Spend time with her. Get to know her. And with all that, the depression will go away. Your interests will start coming back. That dark cloud that's covering you and hovering over you will go away. And everything that you once loved will, you know, reappear again. And you're going to find love in those things again. Believe me. I know. So keep me up to date. And I'm glad that you found somebody. Don't feel depressed, because I do way too often for certain reasons. Dwelling on people that... you know, that really said one thing to me and I believed them, and then turned the other cheek and revealed themselves to be snakes and just fucking garbage people. So, you know, that's the best advice I could give you, man. Seriously. Spend time with her, get to know her, and from that, everything is going to be great. Seriously. That's the best advice I could give you. You're not alone. That's step one, and work with that. And believe me, things will get better. So keep me up to date. Follow up with me and let me know how your relationship's going, man. I'm always here. You can always email me, and I'm always interested in hearing the follow-up stories. What else do we got here, man? Let me see what we got here. I get people emailing me saying that I deleted them from Twitter. If you are benched on Twitter, there's a reason. So don't ask me why I benched you on Twitter. If I go out of my way to bench you on Twitter, there is a real good reason. You know, people want to disrespect me and then want to turn around, oh, why'd you bench me? You know, if you are benched on Twitter, there is a reason. So make sure you guys are aware of what you are saying to me. Randy Torres. This is a long one. I might end with this one, man. This is a fucking long one. Holy shit. Randy Torres. This one's back from October 27th. Wrote to me at 9:30 in the morning. Dear JD, my name is Randy. First off, I would love to start off and say that you are the best wrestling podcaster on YouTube. Thank you, Randy. You're great at what you do, bro. Continue your journey. God has a plan for everyone, and the sky's the limit for you, brother. I've been watching Off the Script for about 2 years now, and I got hooked instantly. I consider you family, so I just want to let you know that my life flipped upside down about 3 months ago. 3 months ago, the girl who I thought was the love of my life left me. She said I was too insecure, but then again, I feel like she wanted to take me for a fool. Little things led me to speculate that something funny was going on. Like, for example, she would always have her phone on mute. Every time I just pop up, she'd exit out the app she would be using. On top of that, unfollowed me on Instagram. And he puts 6 emojis with the confused face. To make matters even more complicated, we have 2 gorgeous girls together, Paris and Bella. Bella is our 3-year-old, and she is autistic. My uncle's son is actually autistic as well, so I know what he deals with on a daily basis, and I am sorry to hear about that, my friend. Paris is 6 years old now, and here's the thing, that I've been raising Paris since she was 4 months old. She's not my biological daughter, but I love her like she is. Her biological father is a scumbag that has never been there for her. So you continue to be a father for her, man. You're doing a good thing. Bella is my biological daughter. When I met this woman, her mom and her daughter were living in the shelter. I took them all out and moved them into my apartment 6 years ago. Just recently, I figured out why she doesn't want to be with me. It's because she found someone else. She fucked me over, and I'll never forgive her for that. I did everything for that girl for the past 6 years, provided for the whole family, including her mother. Taking her to all her interviews for work, taking her to work, catering to all her demands, bro. I can't believe she did this to me. I've cried so much that I can't even cry anymore. I feel like she took a part of me, and I have this huge void inside that I feel I can't overcome or fill it with anything else. I love this girl with all my heart and soul, and for her to do this to me, I don't deserve this. I feel dead inside, like I'm here, but I'm not here. I'm currently going through depression. I feel so much hatred to her for doing this, for ruining our family. It's pain that just won't go on. That just goes on. Some days are harder than others. What takes me out of this dark place is when I hear Off the Script, or when I talk to my favorite cousin, Chito. I want to let you know that your show uplifts me so much. I wish OTS was an everyday thing, but I know you do the best you can, and it must be a lot of work. I always try to look okay, the bright side, to look on the bright side, but it's been hard for me. I lost my best friend, my lover, my all. It just kills me how she can just throw out 6 years like it was garbage. I've always been supportive and provided, but I guess that wasn't enough. On top of that, I got into a car accident around the same time we broke up, and I remember we were arguing about something, and she literally told me I should have died when I got in the accident. She would have, at that point, bro, I would have just, I would not even fucking give her the thought or the time of day to even, I looked over, my cat's doing something fucking weird on the couch, or on the bed, rather. You know, at that point, man, I would have excommunicated myself from her. Seriously. That's just fucked up to say, that you should have died in the accident. She would always say things to me that hurt me straight to the heart, even though she would later tell me she didn't mean it. She would just say it because she was mad. No excuse for wishing death upon anybody, though. I agree with that. JD, it would mean the world to me if you read this letter on Off the Script. I'm sorry it's kind of long, brother. I want to get my life together from this devastating breakup and be there for my daughters. I also want to pursue a career in wrestling really bad. I'm 25 and I'm going to sign up for Hog School pretty soon. I know my window of opportunity is closing little by little, but I'm 25 and I know I can do this. I'm not going to stop at nothing. I'm 6'1", 200 pounds. I have the passion and I'm going to bust my ass to get where I want to be. Thanks, JD, for always uplifting me. Honestly, if it wasn't for you and your wrestling podcast and my daughter, I don't know what I would do right now. Sincerely, Randy, hashtag Team JD, hashtag fuck Sean's view, and sign Randy Torres. Randy, that's a long fucking story, man. I don't know what to tell you, bro. You know, I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad that you are trying to figure out what you want to do. The best thing for me to tell you is, man, with what she told you about after you got into the accident, fuck her. Don't even bother with her. Don't even give her a thought. That's fucked up. Clearly, she never gave a shit about you to say something like that. I would never say anything like that to anybody that I've been with, ever. It's fucked up. Take care of your daughters and be there for your daughters, man. That's all I can say. You know, and then get yourself right. Do what you want to do. Follow your passions. You know, if you want to sign up for the Hog School, I don't know where you're writing from. I don't know whether you're in New York or not. I have no idea, bro. If you're going to sign up for the Hog School, that's fantastic. They got a great school there. There's a lot to learn there. There's a lot of good people there. You'll make a lot of friends there. And you'll get back on the right track. So if that's what you really want to do, man, let me know. And I could talk to somebody. I could talk to my buddy Isaac, who works at House of Glory, to look out for you. You know, if that's what you want to do, man, let me know. Main thing here, take care of your daughters. That is number one. Fuck what she said and fuck what she did to you, man. Yeah, it's going to hurt, but the fact that you know she never gave a shit about you by just what she said upon your car accident, that's all you need, man. Use that as motivation to get better. Use that to get better. You now know she didn't give a shit about you. Use that as motivation to get your career right. Use what she said as motivation. You will be the winner in the end. She will end up looking like the fucking loser. That's all I can say about that, man. Randy, keep me up to date and keep me afloat of what you want to do as far as getting into the wrestling school, if it's House of Glory, man. Thank you so much. I'm getting out of here. Sub-stories, JD from NY206 at yahoo.com. Thank you so much for everything, guys. We'll be back with episode 195 of this very podcast next weekend, and I look forward to it, man. More news coming. We will be 1 week away from the Survivor Series. I'm JD, and thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys right back here for episode 195 of Off the Script. I'll talk to you later.